Robert Dunt, founder of ArtTop10.com here, and I just thought I'd do some how-to videos, probably quite short, most of them. So this one is how to make one of the classic painting mediums, which is basically Damar Varnish inside Turps and Linseed Oil. So without further ado, it's pretty straightforward. So you need something you're going to mix these things up in. So this is my classic go-to mixing jug, and you want about the same amount of each. So the first thing you're going to need is like a Turps. So this is actually a low odor solvent, because otherwise, especially when you're working indoors in a small room, I find the smell of the Turps is just too mind-blowing. So in we go with a splash of this. I don't think you need to worry precisely too much, ideally about the same amount, so slosh a bit of that in there. Very nice. Then you're going to want some refined linseed oil. That's the second part of the mixture. It's basically got 3 parts. Similar amount, maybe slightly less. Let's shake this up a bit before it goes in. Okay, in it goes. Cool. Bit of that. Next, you're going to want the Damar Varnish. Here we go. So this is Damar Retouching Varnish. There's a sticky that lid. In that goes. Nice. Roughly about the same amounts each. I always, often make it with much greater amounts of stuff. And then, if you want it to dry overnight, a bit of this Cobalt Siccative. That will dry your painting up overnight. Of course, if you don't want to dry it overnight, you want to be able to rub it down, clean it tomorrow, then I would definitely make the most of not putting that in. So, shaky, pancake makey, shake it all up. Nice, and then what I personally do, because I want to get it into the paint, if you can't quite see this, come forwards a bit on my cameraman. So I literally, did you catch that? Yeah? So I literally pour it into the paint, like here, that's the way I would use it. Don't always do that, and then I mix it into the paint, and you get a lovely, glossy, thick kind of painting texture. Now, the point about Damar Varnish is it does give it that glossy kind of feel to it. Can you zoom in on that and get that kind of glossy vibe? It gives it a nice glossy, sort of lustrous feel to it, as does, makes it sort of rich and sensuous. The refined linseed oil obviously gives you a bit of that as well, but I guess the Damar's what really gives it to you. Now, this is a classic painting medium. You can use it just to paint straight on a picture, like I'm using it to paint on this picture here. But it's also a classic glaze medium as well, because the varnish allows you to go on top of what you've done before. So if you wanted to do a thicker glaze, you could use stand oil, which is like a refined linseed oil, where it's very thick, so you get a thick glaze to put on top of your painting. And that's, well, I just think it's an incredibly versatile medium. You can use it for glazing, you can use it for normal painting. It makes the paints nice and lustrous and, kind of thick, but not too thick. Obviously, the classic way you're meant to paint is from lean to fat. So theoretically, you could, if you were doing a painting and you weren't worried about it, you wanted to make sure it didn't crack or anything, you would start with just using Turps. And then as you go on the layer, you could start using linseed oil, and then you could start using linseed oil Damar Varnish, so you build up these thin to fat layers. But unless you're going to go into some deep method of like a billion layers or something, I think this is just a great, basic, practical painting medium to use. Easy to mix up and easy to use. So there you go, make the most of using it in your paintings. See you all soon, bye bye.
Bumbuckler.